muted. I'm muted. That's okay. We're doing this live. I gotta get the Bill O'Reilly. I gotta get that music. That audio clip of Bill O'Reilly saying doing it live. Okay, so my goal, real quick, is to set up this browser window. Let me see. Channel content. Okay. Live. Let's see how to play this. What am I gonna do today? I think that's why I do it. To be honest, start singing and start feeling that peace. See if I can get some of my headphones. Hey, Walk, what's up, man? What is up? 1 second, let me just get my music in my headphones. Live it might pause, but I'm here. Alright, just trying to get some stuff done. Thanks for the like, Daywalk. We've been doing it, man. We have been killing it. I'm preparing to make a compost pile tomorrow. Good time to get all this stuff out of the coop. Chicken Chat. What's up? One of my favorite tools. Hey, what's up, peoples? I'm just watching a little bit of this live from today. I'm the Compost King. Oh, I'm the King. Pretty sure I'm going to spell that K-A-N-G. I'm the King. What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I don't know. I think the internet. Oh, yeah, internet definitely. I got to put a Wi-Fi extender by the actual chicken coop. We've been going hands-free, man. It's been feeling real good. Woo. I see some daylight. There's some thick stuff in here, boy. Last day of winter. Close your ears. If you are just joining, I'm Darnell Just Talking. What's up? I'm Darnell Just Talking. I get on here. I've been getting on here every night. This is my 45th straight night. We chat about a lot, and I've been pretty much growing in real time and just seeing if I understand what I'm doing. And, here to bring some positive energy. And that's it. I'm going to just go through this, let some people get in here. Tonight's topic is likely going to be something AI related. See who comes in here and see what we make of it. What's up? I'm just trying to get in here before the chickens go to bed. It's the last day of fall. I'm making a compost pile tomorrow. Working on some hot compost tomorrow. Or starting. Ooh, this smells potent. And it is mostly deep litter method, so it's deep and it's funky.
It's chicken cheese, Nick. If you have any questions, I will be composting this tomorrow or starting a compost pile. Just holla at me. I don't know if I should start the live again. If you're hanging out with me, thank you. It's super therapeutic for me. Not the chicken stuff, but going live while I'm doing this work. Because in general, I don't have anyone to work with me. I was working on a...
That boy sounds sad right now. When I'm watching this back, I'm definitely not emotional. I'm watching it like how you guys are watching it. I don't really feel no energy, no type of way. That boy sounds sad right now. That's all I'll say.
Song about earlier.
It was a cool spot.
What was it?
Somebody actually came in the chat and they asked
play
me
on
to
the Peaches song. Moving to the country.
He was kind of just
gonna keep me a lot of chickens.
Yeah, I'm working on that song.
I need a shovel.
Yeah, so he came in the chat and he asked about.
Technically, if I wanted to leave
something about pets, and I was trying
to
give him
it's mostly.
These aren't my pets, like that. Like I don't see it that way. I was trying to give him my philosophy or whatever, and then he said something about like, can you pick one up? So I think I wanted to see if I had footage of me actually picking up. I did pick it up, but I want to see what the footage looks like.
Shavings. I got the thick stuff out. I'll go get that shovel. We out here, peoples. If you have questions about what I'm doing, the chickens, they keep me company, but you're here also. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please ask. I'm just trying to spend my last day of winter. Tomorrow's spring. It always is after winter. And I'm just trying to spend my last hours keeping my hands busy, work off some frustration, which this is always.
You ain't lying. I wasn't feeling good, and ironically, going outside, setting up the camera and doing my work, putting the mic on, actually felt good. It felt normal, felt natural. Like I said, I kind of started the video. I didn't realize how much of this work that I do, that I'm in like a silo, and a lot of decisions, have to be made, and so that was pretty cool.
It's good for, and yeah. I didn't do it on camera.
Oh.
I've never heard a chicken like this, but watch this. Yeah. I didn't do it on camera. Hold on, because they might give me a highlight with that. I'll be on the Harpoon Olympics. Let me just go get this other shovel. What's up? Off brand Bat Bros. What's up? How you doing? Can you let the chicken?
Not only will I say your name, Julian, but Julian's one of my favorite names. We gotta hang out. No cap, as they say. No cap. That's my grandfather's name. Nice to meet you, sir. Or ma'am.
Chickens, let the chickens what? Let them fly. It's out a little bit.
Where you tapping in from, Julian?
This is very carbon rich now. Yes.
It's very carbon.
It's very carbon rich now.
Yeah, I speak when I get into that mode, I'm definitely speaking. I'm speaking a different language that most people don't understand. It's just carbon rich, so it's kind of funny to watch.
Which is good. Okay.
How could it be good for me to shovel chicken? Shh.
Can you pet the chickens? I got one chicken I can pick up for you. My oldest hen. That's my girl.
My girl is playing hard to get today. Washington State or DC?
Okay.
Well, shout outs to you either way, man. Okay. I thought the reason why I'll explain the whole reason why I'm watching this, but
you're gonna eat. So just like your kids.
I didn't know.
Make a
I didn't
fool
really
out of
remember.
you.
This was today. I didn't remember.
Embarrass you.
Oh, State, cool, man. That's where
I got you.
That's where Nate Robinson played.
Oh no, these aren't
Nate
pets.
Robinson. You know of Nate Robinson?
You say her name? Nope. No names here. They lay eggs for me, and I work to get them the best feast that they'll ever have. The kids tried to name them initially, but when we first got into it, they kind of put like name tags on them and all of that. But nobody came outside after a while. Say what's up. Yeah, she's chill. She's the oldest in here, so she still keeps things in order. I think she's still laying, which is cool. But the others, I didn't raise them the same way. I wasn't hands-on with them. I just let them do their own thing. So they get kind of skittish unless it's like late night.
No roosters, man. No roosters. I had they didn't taste that good.
Know, they can't. My observation is they can't really see that well at night. Real quick.
All right, I don't know what else.
And they're pretty much destroying.
Just waiting for the stream team to come through. So the stream team is a lot of the regulars that come through. We have a good time. Like I said, we spread a lot of positive energy. We allow for the stream to go where it goes. I do believe it's a we thing. I don't have a poll yet tonight. I usually have a poll. I know tonight, where I kind of left off with yesterday, was about feeling cooked because of AI, and I wanted to pose some questions to the chat. I wanted to do some trolling with AI. I wanted ChatGPT to tell us the truth. Tell us the truth about how you feel. So, how was your day? Let me see how I can say your name, because you got a lot. Espindola. Okay. Araceli. Spindola. Araceli. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I've been going live now for. Yeah, no, I never. I had the accidental roosters. You know, when you go by the hens that they can't sex them. You don't know if it's they're not pullets. They aren't females only, and you know you get a good amount. You're probably gonna get some roosters. So I got 2 roosters out of that. It's interesting raising them. At the end of the day, once they started to get like aggressive, that was when it was time. We had to kind of say our goodbyes and move it along. Yeah. But I don't know if I have roosters in the cards in the future. It all depends on if I were to get more land, which I do want. So I want enough land that I could do some things without the frustrations of having neighbors that are, you know, seeing and you have to kind of explain your systems to, or you feel embarrassed, or, you know, whatever you want to do. I don't get into nothing crazy, but, you know, when your neighbor hits you up, hey, your chickens got loose, like, bruh, they chickens, man. What do you expect? Oh, we got the incense smoke on here. I was told that they thought I had an effect on that allowed for the smoke to flow. Yeah, so do you have energy? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Are you asking if I have a favorite game? Like a game to play? I tell you that my favorite board game is Othello. Pretty good. I'm pretty good. My favorite video game right now is Rocket League. Yeah, my favorite video game is Rocket League. My favorite sport is probably basketball. To play, I don't watch. My favorite sport to watch is track. How about yourself? You have a favorite game? So we got to learn about each other. The stream team will, when they arrive, they arrive. Some nights they don't. And you just kind of got to go with the flow. You never know what YouTube is up to as far as the numbers and all of that. But we're growing either way. Like I said, I try to do this stuff in real time. Today, I've been posting a short every day. I posted a short today. Let me see if we could check that out. So this is yesterday.
What is this?
I didn't play this one. Fortnite? Oh, okay. You in the Fort? This little guy right here is in the Fortnite. He's a Fortnite person too.
What is this?
It is a wood chipper.
A wood chipper? No, it's not.
Just tell us.
How about you guys read?
Oh. And the ancient cider press.
Cider press.
Home food.
What is this?
Oh man, home food. I gotta work on that. You like Fortnite? What is it about Fortnite? What is so amazing about Fortnite? What keeps you playing that game? Switch broke? Oh, hopefully you could catch a secondhand Switch. Pretty cheap. We had ended up getting an extra one in the house. It was pretty cheap. What is it about Fortnite though? I'm just curious. My son wants me to play it, but I'm not really into games with guns, man. Not games with guns. Yeah, but most games you could play with your friends. So tell me the deeper. So I could tell that I'm an '80s baby. So I grew up. Just to give you some context, I've done this on stream before. This is how old I am, right? This is my original Nintendo Duck Hunt shooter, Zapper. This is my Zapper. This is my original Sega Genesis that was made. So this is like my credit card to being able to have the gaming conversation with you. Now I want to know, Mick the Pick. Mick is in the house. Sucker for love, yeah. We're gonna be talking about some AI. Mick the Pick, you kind of missed a little bit, man. I had a different vibe. I was trying to start the show a certain way. Shadow Black ain't in here. He must have dropped the comments before we got started. But I was trying to start the show. I had an idea. I think it was a decent one. Right. When that initial spike
all
comes
of this
in,
is going to be a good starter for compost pile tomorrow.
I actually ran out to go get some Chinese food.
Let me show you.
And yeah, drop in the chat your favorite Chinese food dish, by the way. And
what do
I was
eat?
Like, it's okay because I'm spending time with you guys.
That's
it's okay to eat.
You gotta ask
but if
that
I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna be on the small screen.
The question is,
what
don't they eat?
And I said, what do I do? So I thought, man, I'm gonna just show the stream from today that I did earlier. And it, I was kind of just trying to pick out the coolest moments. This guy asked me, he was like, hey, do you pick up or can you pick up a chicken?
I got you.
I ended up not really chasing this one around, but
no,
that was my thing.
Tests.
Like this,
you say her name.
I think this is gonna work.
Nope, no names here.
Yeah, Pokemon
is
cool.
For me, and I work to get them the best feast that
Charizard. No, I'm like, I was like,
the kids
I don't know if I was 11 when I remember Pokemon coming out.
But when we first got into it, they kind of.
But yeah, this is just to give you some context. That's how I started the stream. I didn't get that initial, I don't think it was enough people in here. I didn't have my stuff together, but I got some ideas with that. I think we got some ideas with that. I'm gonna do something where I was actually with you tell me what you think, and then we'll get back to this Fortnite question. I'm asking about like, imagine if you've seen me when the stream starts and I'm small, maybe not like a small box, but I'm small enough, and then there's stuff going on the top, like an old video or some highlights or some elongated thing, and maybe even with a timer, and then on the bottom it's me preparing for a stream, getting super hype, preparing for a stream. And when I'm probably playing some crazy music, because that's what I do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we've come a long way. Not to say that it was bad, but I think I needed some convincing as to what to do with this, just how to really get into a stream. And it's still, some of the biggest struggles, just to tell you, and I'm doing this in real time. If you ever had any suggestions, more than willing to listen to that. But yeah, I got some music. Like I'm a music person, man. I don't know if you guys know this right here. Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm being stubborn about not clipping this audio. This is one of my favorite songs and artists from 2025. I'm gonna just pause it because a couple seconds. I'm talking about it, so it's fair use, right? I'm gonna say a lot about it, but listen to this voice. Me and you will never be apart. Yeah, so I just want to be in here having a good time, and so people know that the stream is about to start. And then you're kind of seeing, different graphics or whatever at the top. I just think it's been hard as like a day turnaround because I'm here every night. So it's been hard to put that plan together to kind of get to that point. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just had the inspiration. But this is I'm always sharing the stuff that I'm looking at. This is Gabrielle Hope, and she's from West Virginia. She has an amazing voice. A couple other good songs I've heard her come out with, but I don't know if she's a sign. I don't think she's a signed artist. She seems straight out the mountains, man. But yeah, good stuff. So what I wanted to get into tonight was a continuation from last night's conversation about being cooked because of AI. And oh yeah, you gotta check out Make the Pick. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm telling you, this is. It's me and you and me and both of us. That song is fire. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about just being cooked, and what does is it real? Like, are we cooked? Right? So Make the Pick kind of said it in the chat last night. I think it was super important to bring up. I was hinting at a story about observing my son use his iPad in a way that where he was told to take a picture and allow for Canva, which is a graphics program and much more, to reimagine the original art piece and make it realistic. And so it made it realistic. And then there's a prompt to take that further. So say it was like a fox, and then you say like, make the fox walk on water. But from the time that when you're at the prompt, you, the human, are not involved in any of the creation other than the words that you type into the prompt. And it doesn't say like, hey, you're chatting with AI. So it was kind of like an allusion to the person who's typing in the prompt. This is what creating is. Creating is now typing in a prompt. Make the Pick says, low key, man, I was thinking about it. I want to say as much as it makes sense, but we could be cooked. I don't think we are. I don't think we are either. And I was trying to find some arguments to just give a different course that or just to identify what's actually happened. And one of the things that I started realizing today when I was thinking about it was the words, the vocabulary is what's getting us in trouble. Right? So like think of a word like transformation. Right? We've heard that word. It's a lot of times attached to industry, and when things are transformational, they get this like this bump. It's transformational. Really translates to a large impact that it's going to transform things. So when you think of transformational technology, you think is rich as a computer, a plane, a car. I mean, at some point, a horse, a road, things that impact generally all of us. Now, the argument of all of the previous transformational technology as to why the technology made sense was because it was something that didn't really exist before it. Right? So I have this feeling that I struggle to articulate that AI just does things faster, similar to a horse in a car, right? So obviously a car is faster than a horse. And there are some who are still on horses and they're still living their lives and they're totally fine. So essentially it's a choice, right? But obviously a car leads into having industry and leisure. So when I say leisure, have you been told about how AI is going to help your leisure? Have you ever thought about that? How AI is actually going to impact us in leisure? No, keep your hope, man. So that is not really the conversation, and I don't think that anyone has defined what that looks like. Even so, what have you heard about the leisure of AI? How does AI help us as a people to be happier? Are we speaking like the old Her movie where we have someone to talk to all the time? Is that where you would go with that? Because I figured if there were there's actually a few people in here. That's all we need to have this conversation. If you guys don't mind making sure that, the live is caught up, I'm just ask you some questions and we'll go with whatever's pinged in the chat. So, are people lonelier today versus 20 years ago? I put mine in the chat. In fact, I would double down. I would double down and say that people are lonelier today than so Make the Pick is not sold yet, right? So let's go back to 60-40. I'm not taking a part of the population. I'm saying this, the Western world. I'm only going to speak for the Western world. And let's even go the United States. Speaking to friends, people are lonelier. It's not even close. The writings on the wall. People are lonelier. You're gonna see people. Not to say that marriage is always the answer, but you're gonna start to see people have their first opportunity of marriage in their mid to late 30s. You're gonna see people have babies later. That shows that we struggle to have companionship earlier on in our lives compared to previous generations. And when you go deeper, leisure has a lot to do with that. We don't party anymore. We don't party. You ever seen those videos when they say when the drugs were pure, and you just see people having a good old time? So what I take from that, let me find one of those videos. and I'm gonna just type it out and let you. This is crazy. Yep, there you go. That is this one fake? I think that one is fake. Let's get a. So this one's cool though. This is I won't play the audio. I'll play a little bit. So I like his reaction. Let's find one without a reaction. Cause usually, is this one real? I thought that was AI. That's bro is sweating through his shirt. Oh man, what's up, Shadow Gaming? We're talking about we're having a AI adjacent conversation. So bruh is sweated through his shirt. Man, could you imagine being at that party? Seriously, man, could you imagine being there? So here's the thing. It's so simple. The question, Shadow Gaming, was, are people lonelier now than, let's say, 20 years ago? I know that this video is that's about 50 years ago. Clearly, that's the. Let me just get a read on it. Oh, It might be 80s actually. That looks. Yeah, I go 80s because I see the shoulders, the ladies with the shoulder pads. So this trend is so funny, man, and they talk about when the drugs were pure. So what I read into it is, in my era growing up, so I'm an 80s baby, was in high school in the 90s, was in college in the 2000s. We didn't have this much fun. We had a lot of fun. We didn't have this much fun. I'm going to play some of this. This is worth it. We didn't have this much fun. So you can't tell me that where we are 20 years after I was in college, that people out here actually having this type of fun, right? So it's a really weird look. So this is Soul Train, right? So on the Soul Train line, I hope you're familiar, but if you're not, I'll explain. On the Soul Train line, a lot of people would be doing their own dances, and they're trying to break dances. In fact, the moonwalk comes from Soul Train dances. I'll play some of this. That's Don Cornelius. Hey. So I'm an 80s baby and I'm at home and this is what I'm seeing on my TV. This right here, I'm an 80s baby and I turn on the TV. This came on Saturdays. I remember it clearly. And this is what I'm seeing on the TV. Now you zoom to now and you tell me how tell me the correlation as to how a young kid who won't put Fortnite down is going to get these vibes. Absolutely nostalgia. That's that's the word that we always come back to here. Let me check out if you got a channel, because you said nostalgia, it kind of got me. Okay, you're a real person. Where's your content, man? Let's get some content going. What's up, Shadow Black? Let's play his sounds. Bad boys. Bad boys. Bad boys. So essentially, and that's a different era. That Fat Boys is a different era from this. This era predated it. At some point, the guys who were in the Fat Boys, they was out there doing this. So somehow we're talking about AI, Shadow Black. Shadow Gaming's in the chat. There's a lot of shadows going on. That's why I had to check out if that wasn't another burner account. But yeah, Mick the Pick was in here. We had some new family to come in. So this is the stream team. And we do these things in real time. So I'll just go full mass so we could bring it back to what we were talking about. So glad you made it. I remember my colleagues' times. Oh, college times. Yeah, collegiate times. Yeah. No, it was super awesome. And granted, like I said, I couldn't imagine. You didn't have to go to college to have these times in the 70s. See, that's an interesting dynamic. You had to go to college in the early 2000s to experience any bit of this. You had to go to college. And I'm not talking about a club, a lounge. This right here is pure, as they say, when the Coke was pure. Hey. Oh, that's my guy. Oh, I love this dude right here. The big dude. Oh, him too. Yeah, so the point is that and sorry, the numbers are trippy over here. I don't know if you guys are in and out or if you're still here. I'm gonna just keep it up with the show. So essentially, what I'm saying is I was asking the chat to kind of vote whether they think people are lonelier now than more so than 20 years ago. My vote is yes, absolutely. And why does that matter? Well, it matters because this whole plan with AI hasn't told me, I haven't heard anything about how it's going to improve our mental health, how it's going to make us love each other more. And if it's not going to do that, it's not necessary. It doesn't matter what it can do. If it's not going to make us love each other more, then it's not necessary. And that's the point that I'm driving home. So I figured we were gonna do some algorithm trolling. I think you guys probably went AFK. That's okay. We're gonna be here talking definitely for a little while longer. So in permaculture, we talk about the problem is the solution. In college time, I'm thinking I'm going to be a musician, but later I'm realizing I'm not good at music. Like this time, I feel really bad. Yeah, I mean, most people don't even do what they went to college for. You're looking at one, and I'm trying to get back to what I wanted to do when I was in college. And I'm glad you bring that up, Shadow Gaming, because I was trying to figure out how to approach the chat, because it's kind of a deep topic, and we do that here. But the delivery, has to be there. Essentially, I don't know if you guys kind of left for a little while, and it seems like you're back. I had asked, you could just read my prompt. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys. Okay, do you think people are lonelier now versus 20 years ago? And do you have data to prove that? So the short answer is yes. There's good evidence that loneliness and social isolation has increased in some important ways over the last 20 years. But it's not as simple, universal, everyone is lonely a story. It depends on how you measure it and which group you look at. No, we're lonelier. You just want to sell me something. Cultural shifts. Okay, so I'm glad it started with a yes. And we do this. This is called algorithm trolling, where we get it to lie on itself. How can AI and technology improve loneliness for the next 20 years? Oh, we getting into it. Oh, you see, I didn't ask anything about replacing people. This is so dangerous. So, if AI is going to help with loneliness over the next 20 years, it won't be by replacing people. That path actually makes things worse long term. Ready or not, ready or not. That path actually makes things worse long term. The real opportunity is using technology to rebuild the conditions for human connection. So all of this is, there's good stuff in here. Let me just read what Shadow Gaming says. Shadow Black, you're still hanging out with us. This is really bad. As a man, you're entire in 19 or 28. So family problems and money problems. Well, see, no, it's not that you don't. You have to understand what a dream is, and look, I'm not a red pillar. I don't I give my take on it. I don't think that I'm any kind of authority, but there have been moments where people have come in. Shadow Black could attest to this. As you know, one of my mods, one of my best friends, I've known him for probably 38 years, right? And I'm sure you're not 38, Shadow Gaming. So that's that's a strong bond there. If I were to go back and tell myself at 19, 20, whether or not I should give up on my dream, I would say don't actually give up on your dream, and I would give myself the guidance on what not giving up looks like. Because you don't have to go 100% with your dream. Shadow Black says 40 plus. I don't know how that is because I'm in my early 40s. So Shadow Black believes that we met. Jack and Jill went down the hill. But it is what it is. So I would tell myself, don't give up, and I would give a guide as to what not giving up looks like. Again, don't get caught up on language. The dream, I'm living my dream right now, talking to you. I've had so much ideas about media, and the problem with overcoming and going for that dream was the industry. It was the world telling me, but you know you got to make money, you got to figure this out, figure that out. But the one thing that I did that I would say I'm very proud of is I held on to my equipment, because a lot of the equipment that I've accumulated over the years, and I'm talking a long time ago because I haven't thought about this stuff in a long time. This equipment, my dream lived even statically. Like, you ever like opened up an old suitcase and the stuff is, you know, it's exactly how it was in there. The mic, this mic right here, this mic is 23 years old. 23 years old. Mick the Pick is an amazing dishwasher. I'm gonna need a soap call out. I'm gonna need to know what soap you use. If you are saving, are you saving the ducks in an oil spill or not, Mick the Pick? But yeah, so I will always tell you, never give up on your dream. This is a true story. A guy wanted to be a doctor. He was in graduating class. He was graduating at 87 years old. Yeah, I mean, but it's personal, right? It's up to you. It's Ajax. No, Dawn. You guys know a funny, just, we're gonna veer off. That's what we do. Hopefully Shadow Gaming is still with us, so you can see once the stream team gets in here, things change. But there's a few words that I find super hilarious. And soap, do you guys know what soap is short for? You guys may not know this. If what happened to the comment? Oh man! Oh, you just powder. You just got the powder coming out. Remember that, man? Do you guys know? All right, you guys know what soap is short for? You be with me. You wanna mod badge, man? Let me know, cause you just be popping up, bro. You don't even know what we was talking about all night. and we've been having a good stream. I was just trying to shadow gaming, not Shadow Black, but shadow gaming. We got shadows in here. Was talking about quitting, basically giving up on your dream and the need to do that. And we kind of just veered off. I want to know, do you guys know what soap? Soap is actually the shortened word. I'll let you know how I know this. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. So yeah, we were taking a look at look at my man Socks, boy. My man is not playing. He left his house like this. Did I miss something? Oh, he said what happened to. I think he said what happened to the content, because actually Mick the Pick was asking for where is Shadow Black's content that we have not seen. Come on. So, yeah, what we were talking about, Ubiwa Media, is I have a weird way to get into AI, and I was actually asking AI, doing some trolling with AI, some algorithm trolling, and we were asking, are people lonelier now than 20 years ago? My answer is yes. Mick the Pick is not willing to give a yes or no, so he was saying 60-40. Shadow Black didn't have an answer. I don't know if you even heard the question. But the point that I was making was, one, my generation wasn't as fun as the 70s per se, right? So the more our systems get serious and it feels like there's all this opportunity, Shadow Black says, I told you, big drop April. I haven't seen April in a long time. Oh, I ain't going up there. Oh, actually, I'll go for you, because yours is blue. Yeah, so if that is the case, and it seems like we're going in the wrong direction when it comes to loneliness, our sanity is attached to that. There's so much that's attached to us being a social creature and having a need, me being a chicken guy. So I'm around social all the time. And I was actually showing some chicken stuff earlier. Do I still have it up? I was holding a chicken earlier. Anyway, on live stream. So if we're social beings and we're struggling to be social and we're struggling to figure it out, how does AI take us into the next 20 years? Right? So what's going on to me is, yes, there's a reason why we're all talking AI. It has a lot to do with the excitement and the potential for what AI could mean, but maybe we're not ready for it. Maybe we're not ready for it, right? So I'll just put this back up on the screen. So I asked the question, how can AI and technology improve loneliness for the next 20 years? And it says, and read into this, it says, if AI is going to help with loneliness over the next 20 years, it won't be by replacing people. I didn't ask you anything about replacing people. So you're already, you're not being fair. then it doubles down. That path actually makes things worse long term. So then it says, the real opportunity is using technology to rebuild the conditions for human connection. All right, so all of this is probably fluff and junk to support that initial point. And it's going to tell me why we're more lonely, of course. AI is a social coach. I like that. I don't have a problem with that. But we don't necessarily need AI as a social coach. It could just impact more people, right? At not the cost of having a certain type of insurance or money. But I like that. That might be the most popular use that I think. But that is not what they're trying to do for the world. That's not what they want for us. Let's see 3. Rebuilding local real-world communities. Okay, CSA. I was a member of a CSA without AI. Didn't need that. AI could map micro communities, neighbors, gardeners. We don't need AI to do that. We literally don't need AI to do that. So now it went from micro communities. Now we're hyper local meetups. Reduce the friction. Oh, this is all garbage, man. This is all, and it has to give me an answer. So I'm okay. I'm okay with the garbage. But so the point that it made, I like doing this. I like taking its words and using it. It's making up things at this point. Mick the Pick says absolutely. But look, this is the trolling part though. So it bolded this. Using technology to rebuild. Okay. All right. I didn't have to scroll down. So it's using technology to rebuild. What did it say? That's what I did. To rebuild the conditions. Okay. So I'm going to quote this. Did help destroy these connections. You better defend you. Oh, it didn't destroy. Yeah, in some ways, yes, but it didn't just destroy connections outright. It reshaped it. Oh, you mean? Of course I use Audacity. Of course. Yeah, I thought it was sharing the screen. I have it on my I've always used Audacity for a long time. I'm an open source guy. It reshaped it, and in doing so, it weakened some of the structures that used to support strong so it weakened some of the structures that used to support strong, consistent human relationships. A better way to say it is, technology didn't remove our need for connection. It disrupted the systems that naturally created it. Then what's the point? So what's the point? I'm getting dangerous here. I was gonna say it just like that. Make the pig. What's the point? Whoa. King, absolutely, because this thing is repetitive answer, and I'm asking it about itself because in permaculture, the problem is the solution. So I want to know what it's thinking. I want to know how it's programmed. So you have to kind of ask it about it. I call this algorithm trolling. I don't use AI as any kind of authority. It needs to source up. CJ is in the CJ got burner accounts. What's up, CJ? So let's read this. I mean, Mick the Pick wanted me to go with a very direct what's the point, but I like what I put, because once you say be honest, it kind of goes into a different mode. So the question is, can you actually fix humans' ability to have strong connections? AI says no. ChatGPT says no. AI can't fix humans' ability to have strong connections, but it can make it easier for people to build them, or make it worse, depending on how it's used. So to all these I don't know if you guys are in what you do for work or for school, but for all the excitement in the world about, in my world, in the world that I've seen in the last 2 to 3 years about AI and what's to come, I have never heard about it making things worse. So we already are lonelier beings. We're gonna have there's gonna be a recourse to that. There's gonna be less children. There's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be some blowback. And the way that we use AI, it's telling you. It just told me. It told us. Or make it worse, depending on how it's used. So from that point on, it is telling you that this can go the wrong way. Now, do you trust your friends? Do you trust your family? Do you trust your coworkers, your job, your government, your school systems? Do you trust them to use AI the right way? What are we doing here? I wouldn't trust people to come, at this point, come cook in my kitchen. The only thing people know how to use now is a microwave and what's that thing called? The air fryer. I wouldn't even let people come cook in my kitchen. Man, we are cooked not because of AI's doing. And yes, CJ, you need to cook, but you should appreciate asking these type of questions, doing some algorithm trolling yourself, so that we can have conclusions from different angles. But I don't see how the answers would be any different. CJ says 1 + 1 = 2. It could equal 1 if you listen to Terrence Howard. He you guys check. I don't know if you guys know Terrence Howard, but he was, I guess that's a couple years ago now. He was he's famous actor, one of the top actors out of the black community. Definitely, I mean, he's been around for a long time. He played He played. What did he play in the Jackson 5, the American Dream movie? I forgot which Jackson brother he played, but I think that's the first movie I've seen him in. But yeah, now he's done some cool stuff. Let me look up what he calls this thing. I love to put you guys on where it makes sense. Well, how would I find this? Oh, okay. We could just start with his math. Look at this. It's called Teriology. Okay, it's not 1 + 1. It's 1 × 1 = 2. And if you guys never seen this is evidence of like us in our own silos. Did we ever bring up the Mike Tyson? I did mention the Netflix. You be with the Netflix booty cheeks. I don't know about the video, but I do remember that I was watching a fight with my kids and that was super awkward. He played the organ war machine. I know what you're saying. I think I know what you're saying. But yeah, if you guys were under a rock a couple years ago, he started making his rounds. He spoke at some pretty prestigious schools about this concept. I don't think he called it teriology. That sounds a little narcissistic. I don't think that was the angle he was coming from. He was just trying to prove his math, but that's not what I want to show you. He claimed to have, it's called the linchpin drone. He claimed to have, let me get through these ads. Okay. They got to get paid. They got to get paid. I ain't getting paid. They getting paid. All right. So maybe I should go directly to his website and not. Oh, okay. This guy said that the project is stupid. That's great. That sucks, though. Look at that. Oh, okay. The original War Machine. Yeah. Yes, I'm familiar. I've never seen that. I've never watched that. Yeah. Yeah, that Shadow Black. Yep, absolutely. I'm actually not into. It's one of my. If you guys, if the stream team, if this thing does what it's supposed to do, I will watch every one of those movies from start to finish. But I've never really been into that. I've watched a few of the Marvel movies, but not my cup of tea. But I get it. World-renowned, light-skinned mathematical researchers. Thank you so much. Hey, Brenda Lynch in the chat. Hey, mama. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is one of the issues with AI. Like, that is really glaring. We read from left to right, and our eyes travel, at least in a browser, from top to bottom. The left side of the screen, I think it used to be 640 characters by 640 pixels by 480 pixels was the most important piece of real estate on a web page. Google is not an exception to that rule. Intentionally, as you can see on the screen, the reason why the top left has the AI overview is because that's what they want your eyes to see. That's what you're going to see first. So when I'm looking up Terrence Howard, I did no trolling. I was looking for the words to find the linchpin. What do you mean? You have a mind goblin. What is that? What is that? Wooden personality. What is that? Help a brother out. So it's very problematic that I'm not trolling Terrence Howard. I don't have a reason to. Now, hear what I'm saying. I read this and I'm thinking that this is really going to help me to drive the point home. And the first link is produced from AI. So you would assume, gotcha. You would assume that the linchpin drone link right here would be to support and understand what the linchpin drone is. This is not a person off of the street. This is not I don't want to say it like that. This is not a nobody. This is not a regular person. This is Terrence Howard. I mean, could we get some Empire? Not my favorite show. I mean, could we get some Empire love? All I gotta do is put Empire. You didn't just see I just put Empire. I didn't just type Empire. Can Terrence Howard, could the brother get some love here? This is a big deal person. I mean, come on. There's no other way to say it. So I typed in Terrence Howard drone, and look at what the first link did to me.
And like I said, the linchpin is a pretty amazing example of how much you can push things with the drone technology if you have the vision.
How on earth is... I want to learn about Terrence Howard and drone, and why can I go to what I would think is this, which is the site that Terrence Howard owns, and the linchpin is documented on this site. And that's what we're dealing with. So at the same time, AI is telling us that you can't, we're not going to be able to help you guys if you don't use something the right way. But right here, you're setting me up to use something the wrong way. So one day, what I hope is that this is just not necessary. And when I go up here and I just X this out, you don't come back for a month until you understand how I work. Because you want to personalize me. You want to get close and understand who I am and what I do. Why I feel disrespected that you just disrespected Terrence Howard. Yeah, so the linchpin, I guess I'll just hopefully play this video. No, this is the 1 × 1 = 2. Second link, merchandise. Are you selling something? Everyone is selling something. Okay, this is the introduction to the linchpin. Okay, cool.
The linchpin. I've been asked many times, what's the significance of the linchpin? What's so important?
All right. I'm I'm sorry, guys, but that wasn't me that breathed in the mic. Who is not hanging out with Terrence to have a deeper production? Listen to this big breath into the mic. I'm a media guy, so this is what that gets me.
What's the significance of the linchpin? What's so important about the point where 6 pentagons meet? It all comes down to the common factor of all things. In our life and our experiences,
I hope I'm not breaking any rules here. I'm in full support. I think that the linchpin is a super cool
often
idea.
spent our time trying to deduce things down to their common denominator. Everything has a common denominator and can be reduced to its lowest term. But what's the common denominator of all things? What's the one constitution that all things must abide by in order to exist or to be measurable in our reality? The linchpin marks that space.
I wonder if he actually played the guitar on that. Ubiwa Media says he is famous enough to not need it to be perfect. Well, I'm not talking about perfect. I'm just talking about respectfully. And you did it. You know, you're gonna bring me full screen. I think one of the challenges what we do when we look at media is quality. You're a person. You like photography. You know that. Me being in this vertical format, I can't even stretch my arms out, man. I can't even stretch my arms out. You can't see my hands. I'm throwing up middle fingers. There's a form for everything. So when it comes to audio, especially audio that you are going to filter, you know, you're putting together a production. Well, let's do a production the right way. I mean, not to shout out my man Tyler Perry, but there's a good video that was recently made. It's like a 4 or 5 hour video. I came across a big YouTuber. He had like 1.2 million subscribers or something, and he makes these kind of videos to expose, in a sense. And he spoke about the things not being produced up to a scale or a standard on purpose, right? And it not being a good thing. It's just disrespectful to your audience, but your audience doesn't care. Sort of like when a politician is disrespectful, but he knows that he or she knows that people are still going to vote because we're voting, you know, in a lane. Ubiwa Media is getting hot in the chat. His alter ego from the best man is playing the guitar. Yup, that's exactly what I thought, man. Oh no, I never thought I'd say that name. You bugging. Jussie Smollett also did his own production. Yeah, I'm sure he did. That was a wild ride.
It is the common factor of all things.
No, come on, Ubiwa. Come on, you heard that? Before I had a real pop, this is called a pop filter, by the way. I don't know what people call this in this day and age. I have a mixer off to the right. This is an XLR based mic. I'll show you the whole mic. Okay, so the mic is on the XLR. The XLR, this mic is a condenser microphone that's working off of phantom power. So the actual mic needs power itself. And this pop filter is going to stop the P's, the P's. And you're going to stick up for Terrence Howard because he's famous. The spitting, all of that gets caught on the mic. It makes it more related. Now you're just trolling me.
Factor of all things. It is the place where 4 bubbles meet. It is the point that everything becomes even.
Corazon. Oh, I gotta play it again because you guys didn't tell me I didn't have it up.
It is the point that everything becomes even.
The coolest line he said there. But anyway, this is his site, terryslinchpins.com. I could have helped him out with that. Call a brother. But yeah, so the coolest line, and I actually believe that he believes this, and whether it's real or not, I wouldn't know enough to debunk it. He said it's the place where bubbles meet. And in the thing that, you know, and I definitely rock with him from the light skin tip, and I wish him much success, because I'm a deep thinker, and not many people are worried about where the bubbles where the bubbles meet. It's the place where the bubbles meet. Man, that's close to some Prince stuff, man. Where the bubbles meet. If you guys ever thought about where the bubbles meet, makes it more relatable. Using big words for Elmo. He go. I gotta play it again, make the pig. You didn't hear it? You didn't hear it?
Or to be measurable in our reality. The linchpin marks that space. It is the common factor of all.
Come on, man. He need a pop. It's the common factor. So imaginable. It's the place with the bubbles. Just get a goddamn pop filter, man. This is not even. Come on. What I was gonna tell you guys, I'll probably try to produce an image of this. I used to have an iron hanger with a wave cap, stocking cap, or a wave cap, and you put the hanger into a loop as best you could, the metal iron hanger, and then you stretch out this material and you put it in front of your mic. You have a pop filter. Like, come on, we know where we from. We gotta get things done.
It is the place where four bubbles meet.
Oh, he didn't even say where bubbles meet. He said it's the place where four bubbles meet. Think about it.
Bubbles meet.
Oh, I gotta go back.
Four is the place where four bubbles meet. It is the point.
Man, that was for you, Make the Pick. It's the place where four bubbles meet. Have you ever just sat down and you ever had like four bubbles? I mean, just four. Get the bubbles flying. You guys are lucky, because if I knew I got bubbles all around this house. I'm gonna go get some bubbles. I'm gonna be right back. You guys keep it here. I'm telling you, I'm going to get bubbles. All right, we got it. Oh man.
That everything becomes the linchpin marks that space.
I need that inspiration.
It is the common factor of all things. It is the place where four bubbles meet. It is the point that everything becomes.
And we will have that audio tomorrow. I'm gonna start grabbing the audio when we on stream. I could do it if you guys hang on. This is the suckiest part about dealing with bubbles, is getting that thing out of there. It's so cold too. It's in the garage. Oh, this is gonna be a fit. Oh. You guys ready? I'm not blowing them on camera. So my goal, I don't have to blow. I probably could just. Hold on, almost got like oh. When's the last time you guys played with bubbles? Now I think I feel like I gotta, oh, this is like new GIF alert, right? I gotta shake this up. I'm pretty sure it's separated. Don't you be snapping no clips. Ain't nobody be coming to the stream anyway. They missing out. Yeah, it's the place. Maybe I gotta play the sound at the same time. Oh yeah. This is kind of sus.
The linchpin marks that space. It is the common factor of all things. It is the place where four bubbles meet. It is the point that everything becomes even.
Oh man, this is like Kawhi laughing here. Thanks guys. That was fun. The bubble was a fail. We'll figure it out. Maybe it's too cold. I don't know. It's the first day of spring when we cross midnight, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean the thing that I wanted to talk about, I think I did. Make the big fun. Bro, I went to get the bubbles, man. It's a place where four bubbles meet. I didn't know it. I feel these things in real time. But yeah, I had an awesome day. I hope you guys had a good day. It was good that I took a nice little mental health break yesterday. Today I feel like I bounced back. And I had some. I know when I'm really in a groove, when I'm feeling creative and things are just coming together, and they're kind of more simple today. I streamed outside with the chickens, not really with the chickens, but just doing some of the yard work, and I want to talk to you guys about that briefly. We're on this journey. I mean, it's all stream team in the chat now. We're on this journey, and one of the interesting things that I'm still trying to figure out, and I'm on a being more consistent with the content as of this week. So you'll probably see like a notification, or if you're on YouTube, you might see me like post a video pretty much every day, and then probably starting next week, I'll be posting multiple times a day. And what I've noticed something I didn't bring up last night, which was a very heartfelt conversation I had with ChatGPT about, so say I have a video, I had like multiple videos in a row that did like big numbers. And like, to me, a big number is 1,000 views in a day, right? That's a lot. Like, at this point in my life, I don't see 1,000 people. I'm not near 1,000 people in a day. That's a lot, and we're gonna grow. And I know that number seems small to some when you look at like bigger channels. But here's my point. I've always been concerned with how percentages break down. Not necessarily. My light was never on. Hold on, because then I'm gonna get even more light skin. Okay, I know UB would keep trolling me about that, but sorry, my light wasn't on. Let me get my eyes low. But yeah. So I post a video and I got 1,000 views and I get 10 likes. That's 1% of the population that actually took it upon themselves and press like. Now, do I turn that back on myself and say, man, you don't have good content? That's one approach you could take. That's not my approach. My approach is to understand the trends, and that number is very familiar because going back to my web experience in marketing, 2% is an extremely high number when you send out a mailing list for people to actually open and click your call to action, your CTA. So 2%, if you ever decide to send out a mailer, a newsletter, I mean, those may be a little bit higher because those are not necessarily cold. But in general terms, I'm sure we're all familiar with getting, oh, we have these products you might like. This product, Amazon sends me this whole like, based on your search history, you'll like this. This is back in stock. And those types of emails, very, very low percentage, or just the percentage number seems low, 1-2%. So that's the angle that I'm looking at it at. So now let's talk about the other metrics. So like subscribers. So you have a video with 1,000 views in a day. 1% of the people who watched that video actually liked it, and 0% of the people actually subscribed. So I'm kind of, it's an uphill battle, and I'm fighting this tool to be consistent. And I have seen some positive feedback that shows that things are working. It's not likes and it's not subscribers. So then I posted, I was talking briefly with Mick the Pick about it last night. I posted a video. There was a live highlight that YouTube makes when you go live, like from the phone. And it instantly asks you, do you want to, the highlight is ready to go the moment that you go to end your live, and you have a choice of keeping that short or not keeping it short. So I ended up publishing that short, and it got maybe 400 views within 1 to 2 days. And then it kind of like tapers off. So there's like an initial sprint period. And then it tapers off. And that video got a few subscribers. And I was like, I think it was like 3 subscribers. And it made me think, like, one, I'm not giving any effort to post that, because the effort was already spent on a stream. I was IRL, as they say. I'm outside in the garden. I'm, doing a job, getting used to having, which has been extremely fun. I think Ubiwa Media, though he did not push me to having a mic, that was definitely me. He was a person who always told me, just set the camera up and do your thing. We never spoke about like being mic'd up. And I think that between those two things, having the camera just set up, low hanging fruit, and having a mic so that my hands are free, has really been beneficial just for me. Even if I were not posting these videos, it's nice to have somebody to share and to talk to with the things that I'm doing. Mick the Pick says, right, yeah, I always heard most of your likes come from the first few hours. Yeah, that's not shocking, because it's just like, we like to think of this as something new, but most of your album sales comes in your first week. You're judged based on only the anomaly albums, and usually that's because there's some happenstance as to some event that occurred or some chaos or this, but usually your biggest selling week is gonna be your first week. So yes, the most likes you get, and let me caution on that, shorts are different from long form videos. Long form videos, there will be more anomalies, because the moment that people realize, again, I say again a lot, but again, AI, this whole algorithm has us in a silo. So there are people out there who could vibe with Darnell Just Talking. I may be the person for them. I may be the best, person that they want to see, and they'll come back and they love the energy, they love the consistency, but I'm not even an impression for them. An impression as in being served to them on their device. So it's really hard to grasp that one day, if we keep this energy going, we're going to be in more control of how people adjust, how people catch on. And that's the goal. The goal is to gain control back from a so-called algorithm, to learn how it works and use, use the power against it. And that's what the discovery has been. So let's get back to it. So I have 0 subscribers from probably my top output. There's some effort in there. I'm reducing the effort because it's definitely a numbers game, quantity over quality when it comes to shorts. The thing about shorts and streams is that they're short-lived. Streams, you don't get much traffic thereafter, because YouTube doesn't necessarily push your stream to people. If you do get watches, is going to be from your actual subscribers. So your subscriber number, this is where I've been the whole time, the subscriber number has to be high in order to get watch hours from your subscribers. Right? So catch 22. So then you get the video about me talking about my chickens, my chicken getting killed. So I say that word killed on purpose, because out of everything that I said, and Shadow Black actually came and we were having a good chat. He was even on a burner account at one point. So I was being deceived. He catfished me. I got catfished. And I was talking to him like, man, I'm so happy you made it back to the stream. No, it didn't stand out to me that was actually Shadow Black. So then he threw the whole, you know me, right? I was like, okay, you got me again. So we were having a great conversation, and YouTube decided that what was worth a live highlight was me talking about my chicken getting killed and the guts being out. It's something that, to me, from a vocabulary standpoint, the language was very polarizing. But that's the video that earned me subscribers. So I used that as my case study, and I started. This is new, so I'm gonna keep studying this, and I'm gonna keep giving you guys a follow up on my understanding, because ChatGPT actually taught me something. And so I asked ChatGPT why my other shorts, collectively, I think between 3 shorts, it was something like 2,500 views. Why would that short not have any subscribers, but the other one did? And I expressed my opinion as to, is there something to do with the language that is in there that is connecting people in a certain way? And it explained it. It said that my shorts are moments. They're not based on a story to come back to. And I'm like, a little defensive at first. What you mean? What you mean, chat? I'll choke you out. So it said it's a moment. My shorts are a moment. And when I really dug deeper, I understood it, and I'm still trying to grasp what, because from a mindset perspective, and I'll just show you guys in real time. So this short has 1,624 views. The short from yesterday has 1,000 views. Between these 2 shorts, I have 0 subscribers. But I have a subscriber on this video, which is now at 800. When I said it before, it was at 883. And I'll just show you that. So look, +3. That's a 0. And don't make me a liar. That's a 0. So how could you have 3x the views? And I actually, granted, I didn't make this video. This one right here was not it wasn't a fake. It wasn't fake. I was actually just filming me doing stuff, and I always have headphones on. So at one point I remember hearing a song, "I Can't Stand the Rain," and I love her voice when she sings that. So that's me going to that that length. And then when I started realizing, oh, I gotta find stuff that's pretty much in my archive, and I gotta get better. Mick the Pig says, low key, did you ask chat for any insights? Yeah, I did. I did. And it, again, that's what I'm discussing. It's saying, ChatGPT is saying that the videos, they put it back, the ball back in my court, and it's saying you have to make something that a moment. Why a moment is wrong is that a moment may not repeat itself. And to the viewer who's crossing by your stuff fast, it's just a moment. And think about it from any video that you watch. You don't necessarily subscribe to somebody just because they do something. You see them do something cool. Oh, I picked the chicken up. Look at me. I'm doing cool stuff. It's a moment. The conflict that was in that story, I explained it as the vocabulary. I know the keywords. I know what I'm saying. But it's saying that it's because when you're telling a story, you're in a moment of conflict and emotion. And that emotion, now we're getting into real media, right? The way media has held all of us for a long time. It's the emotion that you're connecting, or somebody could reason with what you're doing, and that's what's going to make them click through to your channel page or watch your related video, or the second time they say, oh, I'm keep seeing this person. So I took the advice, and I got to kind of figure out how to, not that I'm not going to make moments anymore, but how do you tweak it just a little bit to get a story that draws, not a story, but to get the draw of emotion, so that somebody sees it as they're missing out on something, or they should see more. So it's actually pretty good advice. And I'm going to use that advice. I'm going to see if what it's saying helps to improve, the channel. Last thing I'll say is I went live today and earned the same number of subscribers in that live. That live took 15 minutes. So it's very interesting to put your effort into something like this, where like right now it's been an hour and 53 minutes. Let me see how this video is doing, but I think it's laughable. Oops. 1 second. I'm just trying to find. I'm all over the place. It's just telling me percentage. I don't see. I guess you guys could see better from the device that you're on, and I don't have this open anywhere. But anyway, I've gotten more from, it's like you get different things. Yeah, it was just 15 minutes of talking, make the pick. It was a total length of 20 minutes. The main part of the stream was like 15 minutes. And I get in there and get out. I get more likes on that than I do on a 2-hour stream. I get more impressions. I get more concurrent users, like the same people in there at the same time. I get, like I said, I've gotten subscribers every time I've done it. And you think about the advice from ChatGPT is this could be a moment, right? I don't have anything on the screen right now, and I know I've gone through all these different feelings and, oh, let me put this on, let me put that on, but the numbers are the numbers. Now, yeah, it was an outdoor street. So make the pick. I don't think you've ever caught me in the garden, but usually I'm working on projects. I take at least an hour a day on a weekday, and for the weekend at least 4 or 5 hours, where I'm trying to improve some of the systems. A lot of it is based in permaculture. If you've not heard me use that term, that's permanent agriculture. It's a system that was created by two gentlemen. I believe they're both from Australia, and it's a system. It's a design system that it applied initially to agriculture, but it could be applied to anything. It's a thinking system. It's about not one of the ways to explain it, and it has its principles, it has its morals, and so I call myself a permaculture enthusiast. You can get what's called a PDC, a permaculture design certification. I'm an enthusiast. I don't know if I'm going to ever get a PDC, but you're free to practice and learn and spread the information and just improve your thoughts. So without YouTube, I'm already doing that stuff. Now that I got the mic, the lavalier mic, I'm mobile, so I'm hands free. So today I was like, I'm about to make, tomorrow I'm going to be on stream. I'm making a compost pile. Once the temperatures get a little bit warmer so I can just be more comfortable out there, I'm making like a hot compost pile. And however I get on stream, I'm going to just get on stream and show that, right? So yeah, it's outdoors, but people like chickens. People like to see tall guy, weird guy, whatever they see, and they see me outside. But it's so weird that what is different between an hour and a half? Like, I was literally out there hour and a half, 2 hours before I did this stream. So I'm out there and YouTube is pumping people to me. And we've spoken about this, Mick the Pick. YouTube is pumping people to me. YouTube is watching the algorithm, the technology underneath is watching the stream. And they are pulling data, object recognition. They're recognizing the scene. I'm outdoors. I'm IRL. It's a person, it's a man in there. There's some chickens, and they're finding all of these things in the background to link people, to keep the right engagement and send it to the right people. And then 2 hours later, from the same channel, with more energy, more preparation, more production, I get a fraction of every metric. And that's the show today, peoples. That's how we'll end this. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. We will be here tomorrow. Today, I didn't say it, but it's actually the 45th day going live. See, Mick, you are a smart man, Mick the Pick. You are a smart man. You're smart, and this is definitely check out the stream. We got it. We'll get a good topic. Hopefully, we'll build on some things and follow up some things from tonight. But you are a very smart man for your comment. It says it's got to be the setting and what you are doing. So I read into your comment, and I'm thinking, how do you help it? How do you help it to help you even when you're inside? Like, imagine if I faked the background and it was like I'm outdoors. Now we're trolling.
Ready or not,
Now we're trolling. So that's the things I've been thinking about, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's an awesome stream. Awesome stream. I'm gonna hang out in the chat as usual. I'm gonna just tune up some videos that I like to go out with. We'll keep getting better. Yeah, it will be the move. It will be the move. Today, we train for the 2030 Winter Olympics. Let's do it.
But here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha-ha, we are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows, and the cup is at the lip in the pleasant fellowship. Oh, here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha-ha, we are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows.
Absolutely. Don't be a sucker for love. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Peace.
Sucker for love, baby.